गिरिवरधारी गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रजनरञ्जन आनन्दन व्रजनन यमुनतीरावनचारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे जय राम 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 राधे राम 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 जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय गौरनि जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद 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 ओम विष्णुपाद परम परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमदावय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की समस्त गौर भक्तवृंद की मिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshvabhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Acha, who are there? We have very nice weather today. Just for all of your information, we have it's nice. It's rainy, cloudy actually. Total atmosphere is feeling drowsy. Matra sparshastha kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukkha agama apaya anitya tanti tikshasva bharata. What's going on? Where we were? Where was the discussion? Where? Huh? 20? 24th is over? Okay. 25. We should start. Let's start then. 25. Alasya amritam visham. We should start quickly. Otherwise, nectar will become poison if you do late. Yes or no? So that's why we should not waste our time. Let's 25th verse. No recap. No need of recap. Because yesterday only we studied everything. Prayena veda tadidam namah janoyam. Prayena veda tadidam namah janoyam. Devya vimohita matirbata mayayalam. Trayam jadi kruta matir madhupushpitayam. Vaitanike mahati karmani yujjamanaha. Radha Govardhan Prabhu, translation. Can you read?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Pranam Prabhu.
Because they are bewildered by the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yagyavalkya and Jaimini and other compilers of the religious scriptures cannot know the secret, confidential religious system of the 12 Mahajanas. They cannot understand the transcendental value of performing devotional service or chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, because their minds are attracted to the ritualistic ceremonies mentioned in the Vedas, especially the Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, and Rig Veda. Their intelligence has become dull. Thus, they are busy collecting the ingredients for ritualistic ceremonies that yield only temporary benefits, such as elevation to Swargaloka for material happiness. They are not attracted to the Sankirtan movement. Instead, they are interested in Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. What Yamaraj is saying? Yamaraj ki Jai. Is Vaishnava, so you should say. Jai, you should say. At least you'll be saved from hell. Otherwise, because of love, he will call you to hell. If you say Jai, then he will be loving you. Then come on, beta, come. So what Yamaraj was saying. So what he is saying to his servants, my dear servants, you don't know, you are all foolish fellows. So not only you, so others like Vidyadhara, Charana, these also they don't know the fact. There's a secret of the all the Shastras. What is that? Principles of pure devotional service. So these are the secrets of all the Vedas. These even great learned people also they don't know. If nobody is knowing, then what is the proof that it is there? Anyone can say. If you say nobody knows, then what is that? So how to believe that? Are murkho. It doesn't mean that the nobody know means not that everyone is not knowing, but we know, we all 12. We 12 Mahajanas. So great people we are. Of course, I am also there in that. Like that, Yamara is saying. So we are all 12. So we know that. Acha, good. Then why didn't you write in your books? You all compiled so many books. Are, why will write? Because our books are meant for the lower people. Like Saguna. Saguna means who are in the modes of, in the three modes, who are influenced by the three modes. So for them, we wrote books. So Smartha books, Smriti Shastras. So then that's why we don't want to keep bhakti into that. Because people being influenced by these three modes, they cannot understand this. Because the subject matter is very high. Because these people who are karmis, they know that bhakti is as the assistant of the karma. They, like that only they know. If we glorify bhakti in those books, karma shastras, karma sambandhita shastras, or otherwise triguna shastras, saguna shastras, if we explain about, so if we glorify the bhakti, then what they say? Are, this is simply exaggeration. So that's why better we are not going to describe that. We didn't describe. So where it is described then? So because bhakti is free from these three modes, it's completely free from the three modes. And it is pure. Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam. It's completely free from the projita dharma. Projita means, so karma. Projita means what here? Karma, fruitive activity or karma. Even so, in this pure devotion, there is no offering of fruitive activities also. Karmarpanam is also neglected, is rejected actually. It is also not considered as a highest, purest form of the bhakti. So that's why we don't want to describe these principles of pure devotional service in our scriptures. So like that, he said, okay, then after that, he was okay. Then explain to us, he said. So he was explaining the glory of the bhakti. So the glory of the bhakti, what is the need of explaining? Yeah, you already saw, na? You saw that the glory of bhakti you didn't see or not? Yes, because When you are trying to bring that Ajamila, what he did, he simply chanted one holy name. That's all. So by that Nama Bhasa, he was completely saved. So that is Aja. That means by one holy name, that too Abhasa Rupa holy name. By that, total sin is eradicated. So then, how it is possible? This is a question they got. Then after that, Yamadharmaraj explained that 24th sloka. After explaining that 24th sloka, that is there we have seen yesterday. What is the need of complete proper chanting of even one name is also not necessary. Even improperly chanted one name is sufficient. Even that is chanted with the impure heart, that is also no problem. Even out of that means at that time you are not in proper consciousness, even that is also fine. And it is not at all just giving the purification, it is not purifying you from the sins, but also it is doing, so it is giving the liberation also. Muktim yaya. That much power is there in one holy name. So, but in the case of non-offenders, this much result they get. But what about the offenders who are having the offenses? In their case, what will happen? Then this holy name is going to so reduce their offenses. So nama parada kshayam. But people who doesn't have any offenses, in their case, this holy name is as much as you take, that will be increasing the your prema, bhakti towards the Lord. Okay. Now, next, what is happening? Nana evam akila dharma sreshtam mukti sadhanam ati sugamam nama sankirtanadi bhagavad bhajanam prayena anupadishantaha kimiti vidvamsaha karma yogameva upadishanti kurvate cha tatraha. So once again, our Yamadutas are asking, Acha, this holy name is so powerful. It is the cause for the liberation. It is going to destroy all the sins. And that is that too, Nama Sankirtanadibihi. Just by chanting the holy name, this much is sufficient. And such a power it is having. So, and all these great learned people, Anupadishantaha. That means these learned people, Prayena Anupadishantaha Vidvamsaha. Great people, they are not. So describing this, learned people, they are not describing these glories. We have to see everywhere in every book, only one thing should be there. What is that? Holy name, chant holy name, chant holy name, like this. What if you see in the millions and trillions of books in these libraries? Can you find anywhere about these glories of the holy name? No. Why? These all learned people, they are not writing in their books. What is happening? On contrary, first of all, they are not describing the holy name, but on top of that, they are prescribing karma. That means karma, dharma, artha, kama. Karma yoga meva upadeshanti and kurvate cha. They are also teaching about the karma yoga, and also they are doing example. Who are those example? Mahajano Jaimini. Jaimini Rishi. He is also Purvamimamsa. He was telling that what he is saying, you do karma and get the pleasure of the heaven. Ejeta Sarga Kama. So he is emphasizing these statements of the Vedas, and he is telling that let's do hard work and get the pleasure. This is sufficient. This is the life goal. So Mahajano Jaiminyadir Idam Naveda Nanu Sastragut Kadam Naveda. And these great people, really they don't know the Shastra. That means this main point, that is a holy name is doing this kind of miracles. So this they don't know, and they are all famous as compilers of the scriptures. But why they don't know? Why they are not describing? Why they didn't do this? Why didn't write every book everywhere in all the sutras? Only Bhakti Sutras, only the glories of holy name. That only we have to see. But Jaimini, Gautama, Kanada, Patanjali, No one described anything. Why? Why these things? These rishis they didn't do. Because Devya Parameshwarya. But Devya Vimohitamatir Mayayalam. Devya Vimohita Matihi. Because their indulgence is bewildered by Maya. So avidushaha mohena kalu na kimapi aishwaryamatah vidvamsam adhikam mohayed iti bhavaha. But actually this Maya is even bewildering more whom these so-called learned persons. So avidushaha mohane kalu na kimapi aishwaryam ataha vidvamsam adhikam mohayed iti bhavaha. Because if Maya is bewildering the that means unlearned persons, they are not vidvamsa, they are not so learned people, and bewildering them, is it a great thing that will resemble the power of the Maya? No, already they are not learned person, and bewildering them, is there any great thing? It's not a great thing. So that's why Maya, what it does to show her power, let me act more on these so-called intellectual peoples, then people will understand who am I. That is good. So that is the point actually. Then only you will understand what is Maya. So that's why she is acting more on these guys, these so-called learned persons. Atayeva. Atayeva madhu madhuram yatha sya tatha pushpitayam arthavadah pushpani sanjhatani yasyaha tasyam trayam jadi krutah atyabinivesha atyabinivesha vivekarahiti krutaha matir yasya saha. Their intelligence is completely is out of intelligence. Their mind is completely out of intelligence, because their mind is becoming jada now. Jada, that means it's become like a jada, inert. Because what is the reason? Because the tasty, that means this, the results of the karma are the results, the flowers, pushpitam, that means they are very so attractive. You do this karma, you'll get this result. Do this karma, get this result. Pushpitayam. So that means their intelligence is completely struck in the results of the karma, and that's why. So what is happening? Whenever they hear the glories of the bhakti, their intelligence is completely not functioning. They think that, oh, this glory is not fact, but it is exaggeration. It is just some exaggeration. What is this? So this is pushpani sanjhatani. So because of this, they consider this, because their intelligence is lost completely in the Traigunya Vishaya Veda. That means in the fruitive activities prescribed by the Vedas. There, their intelligence is struck actually. And that's why. In that way, they are completely free from the intelligence. Atayeva Vaitanike Dravyanushthanam Mantrahadi Vistaravati Karmani Mahati Darsha Purnamasadi Yage cha Bahvasa Bahvayasavati Laukika Pratishthadi Hetur Yujjamano Yukto Alpayase Nama Kirtanado Narajyati. That means he is very much attracted in performing the big yajnas, Darsha, Purnamasa, Chaturmasya, Agnishtoma, and Pasu, like this kind of big sacrifice he does, and he will get the lot of name by, oh, that king, that man performed such a big yajna, and he fed 10,000 brahmanas. And this is so much attractive actually. Loka pratishtha diheto yijjamana. Why he is performing this big sacrifice? To get the fame in this material world. So So because that is a way, like if we constructed the 100 stories of building, then people will tell, wow, such a great man he is. Then people are struck in this. Their intelligence is completely lost. And yukta alpaya se nama. Then, but this kirtan is what? Just vibrating tongue. Who will do this? Arey, what is this? Just Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. These people who just किसी काम का लायक नहीं है, नालायक. These people doesn't have anything. And such a cheap thing, sitting and chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. What is this? Vibrating tongue. Who will do this? There's no value actually. Yeah. So they think that, Arey, this is. So this is not a powerful thing. This is Sankirtan. What is this? Taking mridanga and dancing, these people. And it is not a great activity, but perform a big yajna, construct a big temple, sorry, big hospital, construct a big school. Then it is. Dig a big wells, 10 wells, 100 wells in the 100 villages, then people will like you. What is this? Simply Joli mein gusa ke was Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's so cheap, no value. And they don't like this alpaya. So that means there is no big activity in this. And nobody will going to give any credit. Nobody will like this. In the society, no value. So that's why we don't want to do this. And they are very much attracted for such a big sacrifices, forgetting the fame. Their intelligence is completely lost like that. Vaitanike mahate karmani yujyamanaha. So Yamadharmaraj is saying, so these people ask, so Yamadutas, why these people are not understanding? So the reason is this. Purport, since one may easily achieve the highest success by chanting the holy name of the Lord, one may ask why there are so many Vedic ritual ceremonies and why people are attracted to them. The verse answers that question as stated in the Bhagavad Gita. Some other intelligent people, they say that Prabhu, holy name is only the solution. Then why in the Vedas this many procedures has to be given? Why karma, why gnana, why yoga, why dana, vrata, so tapa? Why these are all mentioned? All these sadhanas, just wipe off and keep only one thing. Then people, everyone will follow that. Then problem is solved. So, but our Vedas are not so narrow-minded like how we think. So it is because even if you keep only one holy name, they will not follow that. And if you don't provide any marga for them, any sadhana for them, then they will be doing the gross sinful activities and they will always go into the hell. So that's why Lord is more intelligent than us. And we should not think that, what is the need of other sadhanas if holy name only is the one solution? Then keep that only. That is your intelligence actually. But Lord is more mature and more, he knows. So that's why we discussed why Bhakti Maharani is hiding her glories, because some people are so gross and unintelligent and they want to do those sadhanas. They want to practice that. So not to bewilder them. Even if they see the glory of the bhakti, they will misunderstand only, ultimately. And misunderstand and they will blame the bhakti, and also if then there is no place for the other sadhanas, then they will be doing the gross sinful activities and there is a fall down in the society. So that's why Bhakti Maharani is also hiding her glories. We have seen in the case of Ajamil. This is the reason actually. Varieties of the people in this, because our consciousness, of course, Jivatma is pure, but now because in touch with the mode of, so because of in touch in the three modes, now it is having the variegated colors actually, variegated colors. Consciousness is now is colored with the many ways with this because of three modes. So that's why to cater all those people, there are the different sadhanas being explained in the Shastra, okay? So, but ultimately everything in the all the Shastras is concluding in one instruction, that if you surrender to the Krishna, you will be completely free from the fear. If you don't surrender to the Krishna, then you will not be free from the fear. This is the conclusion of the every Shastra, every instruction of the all the Vedas. Ultimately, they are bringing towards that only. So as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Vedaischa sarvairahameva vedyaha. The real purpose of studying the Vedas is to approach the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna. This is the even Karma Kanda section also ultimately is concluding in what? In the Vasudeva Paraveda, Krishna only. That we already established actually. A few classes in before. So few classes. So we discussed that. Unfortunately, unintelligent people bewildered by the grandeur of Vedic yajnas want to see gorgeous sacrifices performed. They want Vedic mantras chanted and huge amounts of money spent for such a ceremonies. Nowadays, also, people also, youth also, if you go and tell them, so take this mala and chant, then it is going to give everything, then they will not be so attracted. But if you tell about the meditation, yes, you keep your spinal cord 90 degrees and so strong and focus on a dot, then you try for this, your mind will be focused and you will be getting the different feelings, then all the chakras will be awakened, then you will be feeling a different experience, then they will be, wow, this is real process. What is this? Just taking this mantra and dancing like that, they feel actually, because of the vasanas from the previous life. They have this kind of vasanas of practicing other sadhanas. But of course, holy name is very so simple, easy, but it is the most highest powerful method, powerful thing. That's why in other yugas, it is not so magnanimous actually. Why? Holy name is not so famous in other yugas. In the Satya Yuga, people used to meditate for the 10,000 years, 1 lakh years. And for them, vibrating tongue looks like so cheap actually. That's why this process is not so famous. In the Treta Yuga also, big sacrifices, thousands of liters of ghee they used to put in the fire and doing the completely black. All the clouds because of ghee. That's a smoke coming from the ghee. Their whole body and their heart completely is black. And if you come to the Dwapar Yuga, there they used to elaborated worship, big worship, a lot of paraphernalia they used to bring and do. And for them also, if you tell that to chant Hare Krishna, these people also, because of having this so much ability, they feel that vibrating tongue is so cheap. Who will do this? But in the Kali Yuga, there is no dhyana, there is no yaga, there is no worship. They are all, that means manda, sumanda matayo, manda bhagya, upadrita. These people are really very much suitable for this process. So that's why in the Kali Yuga, holy name is so famous, because they cannot do other sadhanas what were explained in the Shastras. So that's why becoming that means getting birth in Kali Yuga is really very fortunate, because holy name, the glories of the holy name are more and more famous. But in the other yugas, glories of the holy name is not so famous actually. So that's why very few people, so like Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, such a people only know. That's a secret actually, so secret. But in this Kali Yuga, it is open secret. So that's why everyone like to take birth in, especially in Bhumandala, in that Kali Yuga actually. Yeah, why not? But that sadhana is not so famous. Thus, we had to engage Brahmanas to perform costly yajnas. In spite of these yajnas, even nowadays also in South India, if you see, so these Sri Vaishnavas and others, they conduct big yajnas, and people used to go, the hundreds and thousands of people, and they feel so, that means so purified by seeing that yajna. But actually in the Kali Yuga, the dravya is so, that means if you bring 100 kgs, 1000 kgs of ghee, there will be at least 50-60%. So dal filled, vanaspati will be there. Archery maybe, we don't know. And all the dravya, all the paraphernalia is not guarantee actually. It's not at all guarantee. Where are the cows? There are no cows in the villages. Only black entities which are so strong, and buffaloes. Even those are also not there nowadays. Those are also not there actually. So they are getting from the dogs and pigs. Why? So just if you heat it in Mathura is the best place for doing the second grade ghee actually from the animal bones. so they can make the ghee. Such a units are there. I don't know. I think it's there now. When I was in very childhood, so at that time I used to get the news. We used to see news in the channels, TV. Okay. So in spite of these yagnas, the members of our society performed Sankirtana loudly with mridangas. And I consider the Kirtana more important than the Vedic ritualistic ceremonies. Both the ceremonies and Sankirtan were going on simultaneously. The ceremonies were meant for persons interested in Vedic rituals for elevation to heavenly planets. Jadi Krutamatir Madhu Pushpitayam, whereas the Sankirtan was meant for pure devotees interested in pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We would simply have performed Sankirtan, but then the inhabitants of Vrindavan would not have taken the installation ceremony seriously. As explained here, the Vedic performances are meant for those whose intelligence has been dulled by the flowery language of the Vedas, which describe fruitive activities intended to elevate one to the higher planets. So you are seeing the same, that whatever Vishwanath Chakravarti discussed, so is there in this. Most of the times we are discussing Vishwanath Chakravarti's commentary, so that same thing will be there in the purport also. So that's why I hope you all understand this point and we are not focusing every line of the purport. Especially in this age of Kali, Sankirtan alone is sufficient. And but actually, if you see, if you come to the Kali Yuga, other processes are very difficult to perform. And for us, there is only one choice. But in the other yugas, there are the many choices are there. So if the members of our temples in different parts of the world simply continue Sankirtan before the deity, especially before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they will remain perfect. There is no need of any other performances. Nevertheless, to keep oneself clean in habits and mind, deity worship and other regulatory principles are required. Srila Jiva Goswami says that although Sankirtan is sufficient for the perfection of life, the archana or worship of the deity in the temple must continue in order that the devotees may stay clean and pure. Why? So that means Sankirtan Yajna is sufficient. Then what is the need of so doing the archana and other things? Is there any need? If there is no archana, how much money you can save? There is no offerings. 5 times offering, bhoga, these, that, new clothes, flowers. So much money you can save. And so much time you can save. Only Sankirtan is sufficient. Then what is the need of doing the archana? So, but the point is, kadaryata, to destroy the kadaryata. Kadaryata means lethargy. So lethargy. So that means we are so dull and dumb. If there is no archana, then if there is no harati, then we will wait for once in a week. We also started once in a week. Ekadasi, once in Ekadasi. Every Ekadasi will wait. That's so to reduce this kind of kadaryata, laziness, that means you have 5 times arati, then 5 times you are also bathing. Good. It will make you active and clean. So that's why archanam is needed. Jiva Goswami explains this in the Bhakti Sandarbha. So it will be coming. We strictly follow his principles for performing deity worship and Sankirtan. That's why Prabhupada is saying deity worship and Sankirtan. These both are very important. This we should continue. Okay. Very nice purport. Okay. Why write the question? Why learned people like Jaimini and others were not able to understand? Acha. Why Jaimini and So why learned people like Gemini and others were others were not able to understand glories of bhakti and a holy name. Why learned people like Gemini and others were not able to understand Veda, the glories of holy name. Okay, what you should write? So because Maya, their intelligence is bewildered. You should see in the purport. Prabhupada is explaining, also in the commentary it is there. So that means Pushpita. What is that? So Madhu Pushpitaya Matihi. Jadi Kruta Matihi Madhu Pushpitaya Trayam. So Trayam Madhu Pushpitayam Jadi Kruta Matihi. You should explain this also. And Vimohitaha Devya. So and so on. So that's why they are very much attracted to the activities like famous activities, like performing for the sake of worldly fame, they'll be doing. Prabhupada is writing here. So even though, one more question, even though Sankirtan is sufficient, still deity worship is recommended. Why? First question is 3 marks, second question is 1 mark. Okay, next sloka. Evam vimrushya sudhiyo bhagavatyanante sarvatmana vidadhate kalu bhavayogam dhemena dandamarhantyatamadhyamisham syatpatakam tadapi hyanturugayavada. Bhavagrahi Prabhu. Translation.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Pranam.
Considering all these points, therefore, intelligent men decided to solve all problems by adopting the devotional service of chanting the holy name of the Lord, who is situated in everyone's heart and who is a mine of all auspicious qualities. Such persons are not within my jurisdictions for punishment. Generally, they never commit sinful activities, but even if by mistake or because of bewilderment or illusion, they sometimes commit sinful acts. They are protected from sinful reactions because they always chant the Hare Krishna mantra.
Okay. So so-called intelligent people like Gemini, they are bewildered because of the flowery words of Vedas. But real intelligent people understand the temporariness of these flowery results, and they will be so definitely doing bhakti in Lord. Bhagavati Anante. So evam vimrushya sudhiyaha. Sudhiyaha. That means who are very intelligent. Sudhiyaha. Intelligent people. So they will be doing the bhakti in the Lord. Sarvatmana vidate kalu bhavayogam. Bhavayogam. Bhavayogam means bhakti yoga. With love. With bhava. That kind of people are not coming under my jurisdiction. Yamaraj is saying. That means devotees will not be punished by me. Te me na dandam arhanti. Those people are not so in my jurisdiction. Dandam na rahanti yadamisham syat patak. Even if they commit so some mistake, there is some sin, some sinful thing. So, but still, I have no right to punish them. Tadapi hanti, that means that is also destroyed. That sin is also destroyed by the urugaya vadaha. That means this chanting of holy name is destroying that also. Okay, so this is the meaning of this sloka. Athapi te deva padambuja dvaya prasada leshanugruhita evahi. So who are able to know the glories of the bhakti, glories of the holy name? Padambuja dvaya prasada leshanugruhita eva. So that means who are getting the mercy of the lotus feet of the Lord. So whoever is getting the mercy from the lotus feet of the Lord, those people only able to know. Jananti tattvam bhagavan mahimno nacha anya ke kopi chiram vichanvan. By keep on researching, you will never come to know the glories of the bhakti. Glories of the bhakti you will be knowing because of the mercy of devotees and because of the mercy of the Lord. Because it is not a subject matter of the mind. It is beyond the mind. It is beyond the intelligence. It is beyond the modes. It is purely, that means our scientists, so they are doing the research in the laboratories. So can they come to know about this bhakti? Can they come to know about the particle of this soul? No. And the Lord? No. Bhakti? No. Millions of years they do research, let it progress, but no conclusion. Always they will be in the gunas, being bewildered by the gunas, just they are so in the illusion. Iti brahmoktehe shastrajnah api bhagavat tattva anabhignaha syuhu. That means if someone is not getting the mercy of the lotus feet of the Lord, mercy from the lotus feet of the Lord, even if he is knowing the all the shastras, but he will never come to know the bhakti tattvam anabhignaha. Bhakti tattva anabhignaha. Of course, he is a shastrajnaha. He is knowing all the scriptures, but he is not able to know the bhakti tattvam because he doesn't have the mercy of the Lord. And anadhita shastraha api, even if someone is not well learned or well read person, he didn't study all the scriptures. He didn't study, but api still bhagavad anugrihitaha. But if he got the mercy of the Lord, shuddha buddhayaha, that means their intelligence is purified. So santa vivekinaha bhagavantam bhajanti, but they will worship the Lord. There are so many examples are there. Yes or no? In the 11th canto. 11th canto, recently we studied. So 12th chapter, 11th canto, 12th chapter we have. Wow. With so sloka number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Satsangena hi daiteya yatu dana mruga kaga gandharvapsaraso naga siddha charuna guhyaka vidyadara manusheshu vaishya sudra striyontyaja rajastama prakrutayastasmin tasmin yuge nagha bahavu matpadam praptas tvashtra kayadhavadayah vrushaparva balirbano mayaschada vibhishanah sugrivo hanuman riksho gajo grudo vanikpatah vyadaha kubjo vraje gopyo yagnapatnastatha pare तेनादीत श्रुतिगणा नोपासित महत्तमा अव्रतास्तप्त तपसः सत्संगात्मामुपागतः ते न adita श्रुतिगणाः. All these, so many examples are given. Vidyadhara, Vaishya, Sudra, Stri, these people, that means there are examples are there for this. And also Vrushaparva, Bali, Bana, Maya, Vibhishana, Sugriva, Hanuman, Jatavayu, Gaja, Rudra, so Vanik, Vyadaha, Kubja, so Gopis, Yagnapatnis, Kalia, Nalakuver and Manigriv, that's in the form of trees. So all these people, they didn't do any na adhita sruti gana, they didn't do any shastra, but what they get? Sadhu Sangha, only the Sadhu Sangha. By the Sadhu Sangha, they got the mercy of the Lord. It's enough. केवलेन हि भावेन गोप्यो गावो नगा मृगा येन्ये मूढ़धियो नागा सिद्धा मामियुरंजसा केवलेन हि भावेन गोप्यः गावो naga mruga ye anya mudadiyah. All these, that means gopis, mudadiyah means they don't have any intelligence to study the big scriptures. They don't have any knowledge of Ashtadhyaya grammar and all the Vedas, Vedangas. No, nothing. But bhavena, kevalena hi bhavena. Bhava means what? Because of the association of the devotees, they got the bhava, and from that bhava only they worship the Lord, and by that they got the prema actually. So that's why if you want to become a premi bhakta, there is only one sadhana. That's a sadhu sangha. So you will not get premi bhakta just by reading the scriptures. By reading the grammar, you will not get. By reading the 6 philosophies, you will not get that. So just by reading the scriptures, you will not get. You have to get the association of premi bhakta. Then only you can get. Yanyo mudadhiyo naga siddha. Okay, so here that is the same point is said. Just by reading the scriptures, even the intelligent, so-called intelligent people, they will not be knowing the Bhagavat Tattvam. And next, what is said? Sarvatmana sarvenaiva manasa natu nitya naimittika karma dhyanusthanatham. So they are doing this bhakti. Why? Why they are doing this bhakti? So it is not like the nitya naimittika karma dhyanusthanatham. So like we do the everyday sandhya, not we, karmis. Our sandhya is actually, is also, sandhya vandana is also bhakti. But in the others case, actually, they do, it is actually a nitya karma, just it's a duty. They are not going to get anything from that. But if they don't do that, they will get sin. Pratyavaya, that means for not doing, they will get sin. To come out from that sin, they will be doing the nitya karma. That is the karmis concept actually. And they do the Gayatri mantra, they also chant, but they don't see it is the worship of the Vishnu, but they see it is a one nitya karma actually. It is a duty, a nitya karma. And Dharma Shastra also says, nitya karma, if you don't perform, then what? By performing nitya karma, what you will get? Will you get any piety? No. But if you don't perform, you will get sin. That's why you should do. No. That is a kamya karma. If you want to get this sarga, then you should do the kamya karma. If you don't do the nitya karma, you'll get this sin, you'll go to the hell. That's why to go to hell, you should perform the nitya karma. But there's a system actually. Dharma Shastra says like that. So, but here, whatever we are doing the chanting, it's not like a nitya karma, but it is sarvatmana, by wholeheartedly, by completely submitting oneself with full-hearted. So they are doing this. Manasaha kamapyamsham parityaja. That means in the mind, they are not leaving even a single portion. Total mind they are so applying in chanting these mantras. Manasa kamap dandam nitya karma karana pratyavaya janitam. So if anyone is chanting holy name and if he is not performing the nitya naimittik karma, so will he get the now sin and will he go to the hell? Is it eligible to, that person is punishable? That person is not punishable. Even if he, that means he chanting holy name, then Yamadharmaraj is saying that he is beyond my jurisdiction. My jurisdiction, who are not chanting, in the next sloka he will be telling. So whoever is not chanting, those will be under my jurisdiction. And if they don't do perform the nitya karma, then I will take them and give the punishment. But in the case of devotees, they don't perform nitya karma, no problem. There is no pratyavaya. Yadi daivas, that means dandam means here, there is no sin from the, so by not performing the nitya karma, and for that they will not get any punishment. This is the understanding you should get. And next, what? Patakam. Patakam means, what is this? Yadi daivat, that means sometimes because of the will of the Lord. Nishiddha charana lakshanam, that means we have what kind of karma? 5 types of karma are there. Nitya karma, naimitya karma, kamya karma, nishiddha karma, prayaschitta karma. If anyone is not performing the nitya and naimitya karma, they will be getting the sin. So, but person who is chanting, so in his case, even if he is not performing nitya and naimitya karma, he will not, so he will not come under the jurisdiction of the Amaras. That means he will not get the sin and he should not be going to the, he is not going to the hell. And actually, being a devotee, being Ananya Bhakta, if he does nitya and naimitya karma, then that is dosha. On top of that, it is a dosha. You should not do also. But if you do that, then that is dosha. So in the Gunadosha Vibhaga, that is chapter number, what is that? 21. In 21, 20. Sweswe Adhikare, like in the Uddhav Gita 11th chapter, 21st chapter. So there it is said. 21st, no. 21st only. Sweswe Adhikare Yanishta Saguna Parikirtitaha Viparyayastu Dosha Hasyad Ubayoresha Nischayah. That means if one is qualified for the Ananya Bhakti, that means he got the 100% Shraddha and he should do always 24 hours. So Sakshat Bhakti, and such a person, if he is thinking that, oh, I am Brahmana, oh, I am this, and this is my family tradition, and from the childhood I am doing, and I should do my Gayatri, that means so-called Gayatri, that means my father gave this Janyu, and I should also do this. Then that is dosha. Being Ananya Bhakta, if you do that, and this is my family traditions, and I should follow strictly all this, and my Devata, this is my Kula Devata, I should worship her, then these are all dosha. That means being a eligible candidate for the Ananya Bhakti, you should not perform so any karma. And being a karmi and not having the full Shraddha in the Lord, and or otherwise being a Mishra Bhakta, Karma Mishra Bhakta, and but you are not having the full Shraddha, then you should not act like artificially act like Ananya Bhakta. Oh, actually I am fully now in the, that means understanding you might be having, but you didn't so qualified for that Ananya Bhakti, and in that case you cannot leave your karma. That means then what you will do, so whatever is painful you will say that I am Ananya Bhakta now and I will leave that, and whatever then eating time comes then we'll eat everything, and doing time, so I will Ananya Bhakta and I will leave. So that means Ardha Kukiti Nyaya, this you should not follow. This is also dosha. So Vishwanath Chakravarti, in this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur records the following verse from the prayers of the Lord Brahma, 10:14-29. Atapite deva padambuja dvaya. This. The purport is that even though one is very learned scholar of the Vedic Shastras, he may be completely unaware of the existence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and his name, fame, qualities, and so forth. Whereas one who is not a great scholar can understand the position of the Supreme Personality of Godhead if he somehow or other becomes a pure devotee of the Lord by engaging in devotional service. Therefore, this verse spoken by Yamaraj says, Evam Vimrishya Sutayo Bhava Bhagavati. Those who engage in the loving service of the Lord becomes Sudaya, intelligent. But this is not so of Vedic scholars who doesn't understand the Krishna's name, fame, qualities. A pure devotee is one whose intelligence is clear. That means pure devotee means you should be knowing the conclusions of the Shastras very clearly. It should be clear, crystal clear. That means Shastrartha Vishwasaha. You should be having the full understanding on the conclusions of the Shastras. No questions. A pure devotee is one whose intelligence is clear. He is truly thoughtful because he engages in the service of the Lord, not as a matter of show, but with love, with his mind, words, and body. So pure devotees, one can become by the doing the, so by getting the full Shraddha in the Shastra. But gopis, unlike this, they are all having the, so raga, because of the natural attraction. That means ruchi pradhana. Because of the ruchi also they have natural attraction. Because of that, there is no need of any reading the Shastras. By the association of the sadhus itself, they got everything. So that's why this Ado Shraddha Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Anardha Kriya, this is one path. Like this, there are so many paths are there. Now you see all these Mruga, Khaga, all these became devotees. Just now you studied in the 11th and the 12th chapter, association of the devotees. Only one sadhana they followed. So then in this case, it's different actually. Then there is no point of this Ado Shraddha and so on. So this. Next. Okay, let's. Te Deva Siddha Parigita Pavitra Gadha Ye Sadhava Samadrusho Bhagavat Prapanna Tano Pasidata Harer Gadayapi Guptan Naisham Vayam Nachavayam Prabhavama Dande. Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Pranam Prabhuji. My dear servants, please do not approach such devotees, for they have fully surrendered to the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are equal to everyone, and their narrations are sung by the demigods and the inhabitants of Siddha Loka. Please do not even go near them. They are always protected by the club of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore Lord Brahma and I, and even the time factor, are not competent to chastise them.
Yes. This is one of the important sloka. So Yamadhar Maharaj saying, Bachon, Putrakaha. He was saying, na, Putrakaha, my dear. So in the previously he was mentioning, Putrakaha means Bache. Yamaraj, he treats his servants as his sons. बच्चे पुत्र काहा, जैसे छोटे बच्चे की जैसा देखते हैं. So you people should not go. Just so mother says, na, don't put there sometimes in the sockets. So there is sometimes in the house there will be electric sockets, and people, bache, small children, they used to put finger actually. 1 or 2 times they put finger, then they'll understand. They'll get shocked. Huh? Huh? Yeah. So like this, so like that means mother says you should not put finger here, should not, like that. So Yamadharmaraj is saying to his servants, don't touch these people. You'll get current shock. Okay, this is tasmad एतावद् दिनपर्यन्तं यत्कृतं तत्कृतमेव भाग्येनैव रक्षिता अभूतः अतः परंतु यदि यद उपदिशामि तशृणु, अभी तक जो हो गया सो हो गया, आगे से Yamadharmaraj saying, whatever is happened till now. Okay, now onwards, you people should remember one thing. You should not touch these people. So whatever you did in the case of Ajamil, okay. First of all, you didn't offer obeisance to the Vaishnavas. And second, he was devotee, Ajamil, and you tried to pull him out. Such a great, my God, what could have happened actually? There will be revolution actually. There is Hartal actually. From all the Vaikuntavasis, Vaishnavas, they used to come with the billboards and declaring the war on the Yamalok. What these people are doing, they are doing completely wrong against the principles, devotional principles. So, but anyway, somehow or other, they are saved actually. Immediately, Vishnu Das came on. So immediate situation is in the control. Otherwise, maybe Vishnu also might have come there. So so atah parantu yadi yad upadishami tasrunu. So anyway, somehow because of some fortune you are all saved. Nothing, that means a great mistake didn't happen. Bringing the some Vaishnava and in the hell, and if he is punished, what will happen actually? There are so many movies also in Telugu actually. Someone's life is not completely over, but somehow or other big mistake he was taken to Yamalok, and from there the story starts actually. Like this, we were having so many movies. Huh? Yamadonga? Okay. Yamadonga. So like this, if Vaishnava is taken and he was punished, then what will happen actually? Which is against the principles. So that will be a great offense actually. So that's why somehow or other it didn't happen. So you are all saved. Kenapi bhagyena. That means, so bhagyena eva rakshitaha abhut. Atah parantu. That means after onwards, yet whatever I am going to teach you now, that you should follow. Okay. So what he's going to teach? That this is 27th sloka. So here Gathaha means Kataha, that means Krishna Kataha. Swasya Parasya Sukha Dukkadikam Samam Pashyantaha Gadaya. Okay, this normal meaning. Next. In effect, purport, Yamaraj warned his servants, my dear servants, despite what you may have done previously to disturb the devotees, henceforward you should stop the actions of devotees who have surrendered unto the lotus feet of the Lord and who constantly chant the holy name of the Lord are praised by the demigods and the resident of Siddhaloka. Those devotees are so respectable and exalted that Lord Vishnu personally protect them with the club in his hand. Therefore, regardless of what you have done this time, henceforward you should not approach such devotees. Okay, next. Tananayadvamasato vimukan mukunda पादारविन्दमकरन्दरसादजस्रं निष्किञ्चनैः परमहंसकुलैरसङ्गैर्जुष्टाद्गृहे निरयवर्त्मनि बद्धतृष्णान्. शरणकांति प्रभु.
Paramahamsas are exalted persons who have no taste for material enjoyment and who drink the honey of Lord's lotus feet. My dear servants, bring to me for punishment only persons who are averse to the taste of that honey, who do not associate with the Paramahamsas, and who are attached to family life and worldly enjoyment, which form the path to hell.
Okay. In this sloka, he is telling whom they has to bring, and in the next sloka, he will be telling whom they should not bring. This is the point. Tarhi kidrishan anaishyemaha. So these Yamadutas are asking, okay, you are saying that we should not approach those people who are chanting the holy name. Fine, then whom we should bring? So then that is said here. Tan asataha asadhun. That means you people bring all the asadhus who are not sadhus. Then who are asadhus? What is the characteristic? What is the definition of asadhu? That is said in Mukunda Padara Vinda Yohu Makaranda Rasat Tat Prapti Sadhanat Bhakti Yogad Vimukhan. That means whoever are having the aversion towards the bhakti. This bhakti is what? This bhakti is the cause for getting the rasa from the makaranda rasa, from the flower. What is that flower? Lotus feet is a feet. Lord's feet is lotus flower, and in that lotus flower there is honey is there, and that honey is attained through what? Bhakti. And if anyone is having aversion towards this bhakti, and that person has to be brought here. Nanutesham vaimukyadeva sakalu makarandarasahana lipsaniyaha ityataha makarandarasam sanishti. So why he is not drinking? That's Yamadutas are saying, oh, they are not drinking this. They are not drinking because they don't know that. So that's why. So now Yamaraj is explaining about that rasa, that makaranda rasa, that's honey, is explained. Nishkinchanaihi kevala bhakti madbihi paramahamsa kulaischa pradhani bhuta bhakti madbihi justat sevitat. Ataheva nirayavartmani naraka prapake gruhe padda trishnan. So Nishkinchanaihi means kevala bhaktimadbihi. Paramahamsa kulaischa means pradhani bhuta bhaktimadbihi. Two kinds of people are not taken to the hell. Ananya bhaktas and also pradhani bhuta bhaktas also. We are also saved. Yes. Acha. We are also saved. Of course, we are not in most of us, we are not in pure devotion. That's not in the kevala bhakti. So pradhani bhuta bhakti means what? Karma mishra bhakti, gnana mishra bhakti, karma gnana mishra bhakti is known as pradhani bhuta bhakti. Even they are also not sent to hell. They will not be carried by Yamadutas. Yamadutas will not touch them. In the Bhagavad Gita, Artho, Ardharthi, Jignasu, Gnani. These are all what kind of bhaktas? Guni Bhuta bhaktas, Pradhani Bhuta bhaktas, Kevala bhaktas, bhaktas not, no bhaktas. Answer. Take one choice. No, they are bhaktas or not? Artho, Artharthi, Jignasu, Gnani. They are Guni Bhuta bhaktas, Pradhani Bhuta bhaktas, Kevala bhaktas, or no bhaktas, not at all a bhakta. Guni Bhuta means, my God. Guni Bhuta bhakta means what? Sumati Mataji, tell me. You were asking few days back. Mataji was asking.
Prabhu, I'm already confused and now I'm more confused.
Confusion अभी तक नहीं गए क्या? अच्छा.
Always confusion, Prabhu.
Guni Bhuta. What is a Guni Bhuta? Who will tell? Raise the hand. Yes. Tell. Sri Charan.
They make bhakti as assistant.
They make bhakti as assistant to karma. Karma or gnana, anything, yoga. We have Guni Bhuta Bhakta means like he is a yogi, Ashtanga yogi. He is making bhakti as an limb or an as anga to yoga process. Then he is, or otherwise, he is a gnani. And for perfection of the gnana, for getting perfection through gnana, so he is using bhakti also as an assistant. Or he is a karmi. And he is using bhakti as an assistant to the karma. So these three are called as Guni Bhuta Bhaktas. Karmi, Gnani, Yogi. All these three are known as Guni Bhuta Bhaktas. Next, Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas. In Bhagavad Gita it is said, Artha, Arthaha, Arthaha, Artharthi, Jignasu and Gnani. So they realized bhakti is the highest one. That's why they are, whatever the difficulty, whatever the requirement they have, whatever the desire they have to fulfill that, they are practicing bhakti. That means what? They are not going for the karma or gnana or anything, but they are coming to the bhakti only. So that means they are accepting bhakti as the main one. So that's why they are doing bhakti as main. That means Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas. So those are Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas. And also whoever, that means understanding bhakti as a main, but still he is not able to satisfy the condition. Ananya bilashita sunyam gnana karma janavrutam anukulyane krishnanuselanam. Bhakti Ruttama, if whoever is not able to satisfy this condition, so for his doing his bhakti, then that person is automatically is in the Guni Bhuta, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti only. So Karmi, he is Gunibhuta Bhakta. Gnani, he is a Gunibhuta Bhakta. So there is one more path you can take here, like this. Yoga, and he is also Gunibhuta, Yogi. He is also Gunibhuta Bhakta. And he is so Kevala Bhakta. Whoever is following Ananya Bhakti. Shraddha, who they got, na? Shraddha. So who after getting 100% Shraddha, so they are known as so Kevala Bhaktas. And this section is known as Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti. Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas. By association of devotees. Yes. Jnani also. Yes, because he's not following the jnana, but he's following the bhakti to get jnana. So maybe, so please remember this diagram. Huh? If you forget this diagram, maybe in the bhakti way, whatever you start, you may forget, but one thing you remember, please, this diagram. This is my humble request. If you remember this diagram, everything is with you. Okay? अब रेस्ट ले लो. क्यों हाथ उठा रहे हैं? Okay, next. So what I was asking, what is the question? Where we are? No, why we are asking this? Choice I give. Which category? So this category. Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas. So that means what he is saying here, whom he is not, that means Yamadharmaraj is saying whom he should not bring. So two kinds of people. That means Kevala Bhuta Bhaktas and Pradhani Bhuta Bhaktas. But Guni Bhutas, they will be taken. They will be fried nicely. They are not Bhaktas actually. They are Karmi. So of course Karmi he is. And Gnani. These will be fried actually nicely by for their mistake. Yes. No, bhakti means they are using bhakti as an assistant. Like you see, karmis, they also take the holy name to Om Avitro Pavitro. That mantra they will also recite karmis to purify all the paraphernalia. So when they also do the achaman, at the time also they chant the Om Keshavaya Namah, Om Narayana, Om Madhavaya Namah. But still they are seeing this as a achaman. It's a purification process. It's only the one activity in the total elaborated process. That's a karma is one activity like that they see. It's a part of the karma they see. So that's why they don't consider here Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead. No. So that's why this is not bhakti at all. This is only so considered as the part of the karma. Of course it is bhakti, but it is since they have that kind of offensive mentality, so they will be getting they will not be considered as bhaktas. Even they chant the holy name. But Ajamila chanted one holy name, but he is considered as Bhakta because he is not a Karmi. That's why Ardhavaditvam is not there with him. What is the difference between the Ajamila and the Karmi? Karmi is also chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Vishnu's name every day, but he is getting the punishment. And Ajamila, even he is not chanting with awareness, but he didn't get punishment. What is this difference? Why this difference is there? Who will tell? Raise the hand online. Amok Govind Prabhu is going to tell. Okay. Yes.
Prabhu, because he doesn't have any knowledge about Krishna's Supreme Personality and the Harinam, He was completely erased everything, whatever he has practiced in his youth.
Yes, whatever he practiced in youth, everything is out.
Yeah.
That means he was not at all a karmi. So at till age of 16, he was doing the karma. He was considered as a karmi, but after that, he engrossed into, that means, a relationship with the prostitute such a way he became lesser than animal. So complete. So forgetting. That means he started eating non-veg. He started associating prostitute and started drinking the liquor. Brahmanatvam gone. And also then Varna gone, then Karmitvam also gone. There is no karmi, no more karmi. That means karmitvam gone, and also next what happened? There is no arthavadatvam. He is no more arthavadi. That means arthavadi means what? Seeing the bhakti as an assistant of the karma. This is known as arthavada, or otherwise understanding the glories of the bhakti as exaggeration. So this kind of arthavaditvam, harinamana kalpanatvam, this is all gone, and is a brand new animal. Is a brand new animal he became. And such a person, case, if we chant holy name, then that is not coming under the Arthavaditvam. There is no dosha at all. There is no offense by him. And because of that, that one Nama Bhasa, that's the first time at the time of Nam Karna Samskara he chanted. By this, everything is clean. Yes. Devotees want to become brand new animal. No. Okay, I'm going, bro. Yes.
Prabhu,
yes.
That means
Yeah.
Tila Dhala Bhakti is more dangerous, Prabhu.
No, actually, Karmi's case, that's why they are so-called learned people. They know Shastra, but they are doing the offense. So what is that offense? They are understanding Bhakti as an assistant to the, but still she is so humble, na? Bhakti Maharani. So humble means so merciful actually. She is so merciful even for these karmis. So she is knowing that they are committing offense towards her. She is accepting whatever position given by them, and still she is giving the result of that karma. She is assisting that karma, and also so mercifully she is sanctioning the result of the karma. And those people are getting the result of the karma, and also they are getting the offense. So offense, result, offense, result, offense, result, offense, result. These results are enjoyed and finished, but offenses are in a box. They are sealed and nice. So life after life, life after life, life after life, being a karmi, he is committing hundreds and thousands of the eighth offense. Okay, and also other offenses also he will do, because he is seeing bhakti as a simple ritualistic process. He will not understand the Vaishnava, and he will also offend Vaishnavas, and also he will be understand second offense also he will do, and everything he will do. Good. So he is having the total package of offense list, big balance of offense list will be there. Then in their case, how will be delivered? So when he get the association of the you people, you all, so then you will understand, oh, I am doing mistake. I am understanding till now karma is the supermost one and bhakti is assistant, but no, bhakti is superior, Krishna is superior, Vishnu is not like ordinary demigod, he is supreme personality of Godhead. So like this, from your mouth, when they hear these karmis, then they will realize, oh, so yes, I did mistake. Now let me chant, and so Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. By that Ajamil, they will not become Ajamil, okay? Because already they are not Ajamil. So their bank is there, na? In the bank balance is there, Aparada balance. That balance has to be reduced day by day, day by day. Then not only that, till that balance is not reduced, sins also will not be burnt. Sins also will be there. All the sins and These things, both will be ether. And as much as offenses are reduced, sins also. Like this. Like if you take a wood, which is dry wood, it's a wet wood, if you keep in a fire, so as much as it is burned, so wetness will be going on and wood is burning. Similarly, so as much as you chant, so offenses will go, then sins will burn. So like this, gradually going. So that's why we are not in the case of Ajamil. Very few souls may be like that. Very rarely. But this is a very rare story. It's not a regular, ordinary, so general case. So we'll be studying the next sloka. Next sloka. Acha, this Jiva Goswami's comment. Please remember Ajamil's story very carefully. It is very important. Jihva navakti bhagavad gunanamadheyam chetascha nasmarati taccharanaravindaam Krishnaya no namati yachiraye kadapi Tanana yadvamasato kruta Vishnu krutyan. My dear servants, please bring to me alone only those sinful persons who don't use their tongues. Who is clearly said, who don't use their tongues to chant the holy name and qualities of Krishna, whose hearts don't remember the lotus feet of Krishna even once, and whose heads don't bow down even once before the Lord Krishna. Send me those who don't perform their duties toward Vishnu, which are the only duties in human life. Please bring me all such fools and rascals, and we will ready for the all different setups. Kumbi Pakam, Krimi Bhojanam, these. Very important. Please write Srila Jiva Goswami's commentary on SB. Six 3.29. मार्क्स अभी तो बोलने दीजिए, उसके बाद आप बोलिए कितना मार्क्स चाहिए. देखते हैं कितना बोल पाएंगे उसके अनुसार. जिह्वाना वक्ति. If tongue is not vibrating, so person is there and person's tongue is there. Here who is the subject? Person is the subject or person tongue is subject? Tongue is subject. So note this point. Like in the court, actually, if something you want to establish, so lawyer, what he does, so he will bring his member and he will be asking different questions and answers are coming. So note this point. Judge has to note this point. Okay, you are all judges and I am a lawyer and I am arguing now. Bhakti Sandhar we discussed. Yes, you have concession for this. थोड़ा समय रेस्ट ले सकते हैं आप. Before that, explain this and take rest. Astu tavat-tesham varta yataha jihvana vakti iti. Okay. So, whom he should bring, that is said. Whom he should not bring, that he said in the previous sloka. And in this sloka, in this verse, he is telling that whom he should bring. यदि अस्य जिह्वापि श्री भगवतः गुणश्च नामधेयश्च वा एकदा जन्म मध्ये यदा कदापि न वक्ति. what is said? Yadi asya jihva, that means his tongue. Some person X is there. इनका tongue है ऐसा. Okay. This tongue, asya jihva na vakti. That means his tongue is not chanting in his whole life, even one time, the Lord's name. Whole life one time. So, jihva na vakti. That means jihva na vakti, it is indicating that means he may not do that purposefully, but at least his tongue has to. So somehow or other it should chant, then also he will be released. He will not be brought to hell. So Bhagavatah gunaha namadesha ekada janma madhye, once in life. Once in life. One holy name, that's all. So much concession is there. So yada kadapi means, so jaisa ki kaisa, that means jihwana vakti, that means his tongue is not, if his tongue somehow or other, it means someone name is Rama. So if his tongue is chanting Rama, that's all. He is also saved. Yamadutas will not take him to hell. So yada kadapi. So that's why Jihvana Bhakti is indicating there is no need to, he has to read the Bhagavad Gita and understand the Krishna and glories of the Krishna, and then if you chant Krishna like that with the full heart, then only he is relieved. No. Yada kadapi, somehow or other, anytime, anywhere. So Jihva, suppose, then you may say, Are Prabhu, he doesn't have tongue. You can have some people like who cannot speak. Gunge. So let us take, then you may put point to me. So, he doesn't have tongue, then what he should do? So he doesn't have tongue. Good, no problem. If he doesn't have tongue, for them also there is a concession is there. What is that? Okay, don't worry. If you don't have tongue, so we have another you. Ave tascha tatranarandam ekadhamina sarati. His heart, in his mind, in his heart, one time, his whole life, one time, if he remembers Lord's lotus feet, so then fine. That means if he is having the tongue, okay, fine. So if tongue is not there, but what is the next option? At least one time remembering. Remembering Lord's lotus feet. This is concession. Okay, then you may put finger on this also. You say that, Are Prabhu, chitta vikshipte, that means he pagal ho gayo. He's a mad guy. It is possible, na? He may be so pagal, so he is a mad guy. So then how he can remember? You may say this. People are also like this. Then that means you are not giving the chance for some category of people in this creation. They are not having any chance to not to go to hell. That means you are forcefully sending. So that's why, hey, don't worry. For them also we have provision. What is that? So chetasaha vikshiptatve sirascha krishnaya krishnam lakshi krutya no namati. Okay, if they are mad, no problem. At least if their head bows down once, bows down in front of Lord once in life. This is enough. Okay. So that is said in Shatyena pinamaskaram kurvatah sharanga dhanvane shata janmarjitam papam takshana deva nashyati. Shatyena means he is a very adamant, or otherwise he is a mad. Even such a person, if he pay one namaskara, that means one obedience if he does. So then that is the sin in 100 times. Takshanadeva. And it is finished. This is the Skanda Purana. So it's telling about the goal of obeisances towards the Lord. That is explained in this. So Nakarut. So this kind of people, that means if anyone is doing any one of these, so they are not, they should not, they chant time with tongue or otherwise, so they remember once, or otherwise if they are not able to do, at least they bow down to the Lord. If this much they did, they will not be taken by Yamadutas to hell. Tatra hetuhu. So that means if whoever is not doing this much, so those people has to be taken, even they are not chanting one time, and at least they has to pay obeisances. They or otherwise at least bow down once. If they are not doing that, they're bow down, they are not paying obeisances also, then those people will be taken to the hell. Tatra hetu, why they will be taken? Asataha asatve hetuhu akruta Vishnu krutyan. Because these are all the Vishnu karyas, paying obeisances, chanting the holy name, remembering the Lord. These are all these things they are not doing. Akruta Vishnu krutyan. So that's why this guy is eligible to. That means this guy has to be taken to hell. Sa karta sadharmanam sarvadharmanam bhakto yastva Keshava sakarta sarva papanam ye bhaktatavachu pap bhavati dhampi abhaktihi kruta hare nishesha dharma karta vapya bhakto narake hare sada tishtati bhaktaste brahma. These are all the proofs to say that that person, that means who is not doing this, so either chanting or otherwise remembering or otherwise paying obeisances, so those people has to be taken to the hell. So there are a few examples, sastric proofs are given, so that you should understand. Next, yuktam cha tat, that means shravanam kirtanasya ityadina sarvesham madupasanam ityadina sarve vidinsheda hasyur ityadina cha paramanityatwadi pratipadanat evam sankirtanadinam trayanam api sukaranam abhave paresham sutarameva abhava. That means whoever is not doing this, that means so tongue is not chanting or not remembering, mind is not remembering, our head is not bowing down. So that means someone say, Prabhu, I may not bow down, but I am doing the parikrama. Or otherwise some people they say, I dasyam, sakyam, atmanivedanam, other things are there. So they may do those. So you are saying whoever is not doing these 3 days will be taken, but some devotees, they may do other limbs of the bhakti. What about that? So that means according to this rule, then they has to be taken to the hell. So, but now we are saying, so actually, if someone is not able to do these 3 activities, it's understandable that they cannot do other limbs of the bhakti also. Chanting holy name, or otherwise remembering Krishna, or otherwise paying obeisances. These are the most easiest things actually. Then if someone is not able to do this, means they cannot do other limbs of the bhakti also. So that's why instead of saying all, so these 3 are said. These 3 are said. Sankirtanadinam trayanam api sukaranam. That means very easily performable these things, and they are not able to do, means that means such a person is completely is out of the bhakti. He is not practicing other limbs also. That much you can get. Next, jihvadinam karanabhutanam api kartritvena nirdeshaha. So purushan ichchaya api. That means here who is the karta? Jihva is the karta. That means doer is a jihva, not the person. So jihvana vakti said, vakti is the activity, chanting activity. For this chanting activity, who is the doer? Jihva is the doer. Jihva is the noun. Jihva is the subject. Sorry, Jihva is the subject. So since Jihva is made as a subject, that means the person who is having, actually Jihva is the is the instrument. But here it is used in the case of the subject. This is indicating that even that person is not having the desire to chant, but somehow or other, so he vibrated this holy name using this tongue. That means this tongue chants the holy name. That means that person may not have any desire to chant. Then also that person is not taken by Yamadutas to hell. So that is a point you should note here. So Purushan Ichchaya Yatho Chita Kirtanadikam Adatte Charanaravindam iti Vishesha Nirdesha Visheshanga Nirdesha Yamasya Bhaktivapakaha eva natu Tanmatrasya. Here, what is that? What he said here, Charanaravindam. Where it came? In this Chetas. Here, what Yamadharmaraj is saying, if someone is not remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, why? That means if you remember the Lord's name, Lord's form, Lord's qualities, why Yamadharma didn't say all this? Why he said, if someone is not remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, then he has to be brought to me. Why he's saying lotus feet only? Because that is reflecting the bhakti of Yamadharmaraj. So he's so much, that means devoted. And he is always meditating on the lotus feet. That's why automatically that only came from his mouth. That's why here the word Charanaravindam is indicating the devotion of Yamadharmaraj. All these points you should write. Yamasya bhakti vyapaka eva natu tanmatrasya. That is that tanmatra smarana niyamakaha. So that means it doesn't mean that the one should remember only lotus feet. No, actually out of devotion, Yamadharmaraj said one thing, that is lotus feet. You can remember the Lord's eyes, beautiful form, beautiful anything, actually face, anything. Still, then that person will not be taken to hell. Next, atra bhaktanam anayane. Sorry, atra abhaktanam anayanena bhaktanam anayanam eva vidhiyate. So in this sloka, what is that? Abhaktas, that means who are those people has to be taken to hell. So in this sloka is telling about bringing the non-devotees. So anayadvam means, so here the anayadvam is in which case? It is a which linga, Babu? It is Vidhirlinga. It is Vidhirlinga. That means, hey, my dear servants, you should bring. So you must or you should bring these people who are not doing this, whose tongue is not chanting holy. That means it is indicating you should not bring devotees. You must not bring devotees. That's automatically reflecting, actually implied. That is implied meaning. Anayanasyotsarga siddhatvat. Okay. And also, abhaktas they should not be bring. Abhaktas are so powerful. In previous Sakrut Manah Krishna Padara Vendayo. This is from the first chapter, na? 6th canto, first chapter, 19th verse. This is saying that one time, if anyone remember, that means it is that Raga Bhasamai Kada Chitki Bhakti. This is example of that, na? So there, Sukadeva Goswami using this sloka to tell the glories of the bhakti. That means somehow or other, one time, if anyone remember, his mind is fixed in the lotus feet of the Lord, then, so what he said there, so even those people will not see in the dream also. That means if they see, actually Vishwanath is saying, if they see the lotus feet of the Lord in the dream also, if their mind sees the lotus feet of the Lord in the dream also, if they remember through the mind in the dream also, if they remember, then they will not be, that means they should not be approached by the Yamadharmaraj. That is said. That means they will not see Yamadharmaraj and his servants. So this is the point. So that is also glorifying the glory of the bhakti. So tad gunaragi iti visheshanam tu tesham tad drushti pata gamana samartyasyapi ghatakam. So, and also you should understand that means whose mind is at least one time, if he is remembering the lotus feet of the Lord, and if such a person wherever he sees, That means they don't see the Yamadharmaraj means what? So wherever they see in that path, Yamadharmaraj and his servants, they don't dare to come. That means their vision is getting you such a power because of remembering the one-time law. You're understanding point? Understand? No. My excite ज़्यादा हो रहा हूँ क्या? It's simply I am exciting or you're getting. Yeah. No. Actually, what is said in the sloka, if anyone is remembering the Lord, even in the dream, so in their mind, with that means with full of attachment, raga is there, okay? So then they don't see what is said, they don't see Yamadharmaraj and his servants. That means what? Wherever they see in that path, that is the meaning, na? In that path, Yamadharmaraj and his servants will not dare to come. Then only he doesn't see means what? He doesn't see means what? They don't dare. Oh, that means in which any direction if he sees, they will not be there actually. Oh, okay, that is no problem. Yeah. So wherever they see, they bhag jate hain bas. Because that much power is there. From where they got? That is because of holy name, remembering of the Krishna. So that's why. Because of this, Yamadharmaraj and his servants, they don't come to, so they don't approach these people. This already Sukadeva Goswami said in Tad Guna Ragi. Okay, you all remember this? Okay. Huh? Yeah.
Wanted to ask, I asked also long time to some devotee, because this burning, because in a particular verse.
Yes.
So it is here said, Yamraj says, don't bring the devotee, and he gave the category of devotees, like it's just like one's tongue is not chanting, even though one's like that mind is not bowing down. So bring non-devotees. Okay. We have discussed also previous who are chanting even the name of Lord, and using as a bhakti, as a servant, they will get the karma results, but they will go to hell. So one place it is said they will go to hell. Yes. Because using as an assistant to bhakti. But here you take particular this verse, and here there's a tongue is as a subject, and even though don't have desire to chant, but somehow other chanting, so they should not be bring to the taken to the Yamraj. Yes. And even to by Lachikrata, that bowing down, somehow other, somehow remembering, they should be also not bring to. So if like that these things are there, that means in India, Bharat Bhumi as well, many people, although apparently doing sinful activity, or whoever visiting temple, anything, so all are released from Yampas, I think. So how to understand these things? Because one place is said they are using as a bhakti as a assistant, and even to they are chanting, but they are not bhakta. But here, but tongue as a subject when chanting without desire, non-desire, whatever, they should not bring. So how to understand what?
Yeah, if they are not karmis, most of the time nobody is there karmi here. All are vikarmis actually, like Ajami. So in their case, then there is no arthavaditvam. Even they don't know I should use bhakti as a limb of the, should be used as a assistant for the karma. So then they will not go back to they will never be taken by Yamadutas. Obviously, what is there? Everyone is, that's why taking birth in Kali Yuga is so fortunate. Yeah, Muslims also, why not?
Doing
Our
so
Muslim
much
brothers also will not go to hell.
Killing cows, millions of cow killing, slaughterhouse maintaining.
No problem, they will not go.
So reconcile this. Many people quote like that, oh, he will go to hell, this will go to hell. We are sending so many people to hell, but very less people is going to hell by seeing this verse. And it is said, ekadapi, jivan maddev, that is. So in India, most of whatever sinful person may be, like then he has remembered, I have to go to Dham, I want to come. He was never come Dham. That means his remembrance is gone. Yes. So that is counted to.
That's why this opportunity is there in the Bharatavarsha, and that too in the Bharatakanda, and that too in our piece of land. So that's why, and that in the Kali Yuga.
Because
So
I
it's-
heard that time I didn't get
but it's a
satisfied.
millions and trillions of jivas are there who are in the different islands and different, that means dvipas. There are 7 dvipas are there. They are enjoying and they don't have any connection here to coming to Bharatavarsha. And what do you think? The coming jiva, you will be understand. Anyway, we didn't study, but if you read the glories of Bharatavarsha in the 5th canto, then it's a magnanimous glories.
So Prabhuji is still whatever that said last, na, they are using as a bhakti as a assistant.
Yes.
They are karmi and they will get the result of their karma.
Yes.
But they are offending the bhakti devi. They will go to hell. But here is like appears like that, na, even
Yes.
they will also not go to hell. So how to understand?
Yes, they will go because they have offenses. They are doing offenses for their karma, and these people will not go since they don't have any so offenses. But
Offensive or not offensive, you had to simply tongue is subject, being subject.
yes,
Yeah, whether offensive or unoffensive, somebody bowing down, remembering.
no, like already that is discussed. Karmi's case is discussed, so we cannot apply this. And karmi is also somehow or other chanting. No, somehow or other they are not chanting. They are intentionally chanting to keep bhakti as a servant. You cannot apply this condition for
So
them.
we should take this words independent, like that, no
Yes.
connection with other,
No,
like
no
that.
connection with the karmis.
No,
clearly.
what we discussed.
Yeah. Earlier we did discuss, there is no connection. No connection means that's karmi's case clear, na? Karmi chanting with intention. Here, so somehow or other tongue is chanting, we said, means they are not doing intentionally. So if someone is doing the willingly without offense, also okay. If someone is doing without offense, unwillingly, also okay. But someone is chanting this holy name as the anga of the karma, so then in that case this holy name will not give the result.
Just example we give, somebody we are going to Sankirtan, we saying, please chant. And although he's not willingly, but by saying our requesting, and he's not saying as if this is karma and nothing, although maybe karmi, whatever category may be, but he, because devotee said, requested, and he chanted, just chanted. So that means his quota finished. That means then whether using bhakti as assistant to his karma, whatever previous last, but he's chanted. So, so should we consider that this is stopped? He will not go to hell.
Yes, he will not go. The word Vishnu Krutyan is very important in this verse because the purpose of human life is to please Lord Vishnu. Varnashrama dharma is also meant for the purpose as stated in the Vishnu Purana. Varnashrama dharma achara. Okay, so you can read the purpose. Next, Tatshamyatam sa bhagavan purusha purano narayana swapurushairya dasatkrutam na swanamaho na vidusham rachitanjali kshantir gariyasi namah purushaya bhumne. Previous one marks 5 marks. We'll finish the chapter now. And also we'll start next chapter. The Yamaraj considering himself and his servants, now over actually discussion. Okay, we'll be in the flight now. Sitting in the flight. Okay, let's fly. Okay, keep your seat belts tight and so be ready to fly. Okay, careful. There should not be any accident. Okay. So I will be reading a translation and also sloka. Okay, I don't want so others so that they will make slow. The Yamaraj, considering himself and his servants to be offenders, spoke as follows, begging pardon from the Lord. Oh my Lord, my servants have surely committed a great offense by arresting a Vaishnava such as Ajamil. So see, this is a repetition. We have seen in the beginning of this. So Vishwanath Chakravarti's summary, yesterday you didn't come. So in the yesterday's summary, we discussed so the repentance of the Yamadharmaraj. So he will be feeling bad because his servants did mistake. He didn't get angry. Even this, how they was, that means, hey, you are not the master, then who are the masters? So the way how they questioned these Yamadutas, and from the Yamadutas also he got this such a, that means disrespect, and also he got the disrespect from the Vishnudutas in the both, but still he didn't get any angry. and he simply, so on the top of that, he was repenting actually. That you should understand the quality of the Vaishnava, Yamadharmaraj. So, O Narayana, O Supreme and oldest person, please forgive us. Because of our ignorance, we failed to recognize Azamil as a servant of your lordship, and thus we have certainly committed a great offense. So see, he is accepting his servant's offense as his own offense. This is the quality of a great quality actually. Therefore, with folded hands, we beg your pardon, my Lord, since you are supremely merciful and are always mercifully and are always full of good qualities. शीशा टूट गया लग रहा है, so ग्लास टूट गया ना, गया काम से, देखो देखो. That's I understood, but gone. बाप रे. तो my Lord, since you are supremely merciful and are always full of good qualities, please pardon us. We offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Okay, he is asking forgiveness. Next. Tasma Sankirtanam Vishnur Janma Mangala Mamhasam Mahatamapi Kauravya Vidyai Kantika Nishkrutam. Sukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, the chanting of holy name. Now, so camera came in front of Sukadeva Goswami. Now discussion is over between the Yamadutas and Yamaras. Now our main discussion continued. Sukadeva Goswami is saying, my dear king, so the chanting of the holy name of the Lord is able to uproot even the reactions of the greatest sins. Therefore, the chanting of the Sankirtan movement is the most auspicious activity in the entire universe. Please try to understand this so that others will take it seriously. King is Yadyadacharati Sreshtaha. Next, Srinvatam Grunatam Virya. Srinvatam Grunatam Virya. Nyuddhamani Harermu Yata Sujataya Bhaktya Suddhenatma Vratadibihi. Once again, same thing. So one who is constantly hears and chants the holy name of the Lord and hears and chants about his activities can very easily attain the platform of pure devotion service, which can cleanse the dirt from one's heart. One cannot achieve such purification merely by observing vows and performing Vedic ritual ceremonies. That means by performing vrata, dana, tapa, so and so, you cannot get the purification the way we get. So purification from the bhakti. So this, anyway, for Sukadeva Goswami beginning he said, after that Vishnuduta said, then after that Yamaraj said, then once again Sukadeva Goswami said. All the things are many times, these are all repeated actually. Again and again repeated. You'll be seeing the most of in the 3 chapters, many points are repeated. Krishnangri Padma Madulinna Punarvisrushta Maya Guneshu Ramate Vrjanavaheshu Anyastu Kamahata Atma Raja Pramarshtur Miheta Karma Yatayeva Raja Punasyat. Devotees who always lick the honey from the lotus feet of the Lord Krishna don't care at all for material activities which are performed under the 3 modes of material nature and which bring only misery. Indeed, devotees never give up the lotus feet of the Krishna to return to material activities. Others, however, who are addicted to Vedic rituals because they have neglected the service of the Lord's lotus feet and are enchanted by lusty desires, sometimes perform acts of atonement. Nevertheless, being incompletely purified, they return to sinful activities again and again. The same thing is repeated. These people who are doing the karma, so they will be doing the sometimes atonement and they don't feel the greatness of the bhakti, and simply they are committing the sins again and again because not being fully purified. So let's next. Ittam Swabharatu Gaditam Bhagavan Mahitvam Samsrutya Vismita Diyo Yamakinkaraste Naivachyutashraya Janam Pratishankamana Drashtum Cha Bibhyati Tata Prabhuti Smarajan. After hearing from the mouth of their master about the extraordinary glories of the Lord and his name, fame, and attributes, the Yamadutas were struck with wonder. So now you are saying, na? So Prabhu, you are also wonder. So that's the power actually. So everyone will be wonder, wow, this much power. So that's why sometimes we may get the Harinama Kalma Arthavada. So no, you should accept as it is. Holy name, one holy name purifies means one holy name purifies. That's all. There is no other interpretations, and you should accept as it is from the heart. Yes. This is yes. This is bhakti. And no point of it's a little doubt also. चले जा रहे हैं, कहाँ जा रहे हैं, सब ऑनलाइन. There is no exaggeration. Whatever the story is telling, that is absolutely fact. कहाँ? थोड़ा थोड़ा है, लेकिन चलो ये सब कुंजर सोचो. The same thing is repeated in the commentary. इतिहासमिमं गुह्यं भगवान् कुम्भसम्भवः कथयामास मलया आसीनो हरिमर्चयन्. When the great sage Agastya, the son of Kumbha, was residing in the Malaya hills and worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I approached him and he explained to me this confidential story. You might be wondering, what is this? When it happened, and Ajamel, where he was? But even Sukadeva Goswami also heard from Agastya Rishi. Thus end the Bhakti and the purports of the 6th and the 3rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Yamaraj instructs his messengers. Next is chapter 4, the Hamsaguhya prayers offered to the Lord by Prajapati Daksha. Okay, we'll reach 20 slokas within 15 minutes. This is the target today's. आगे पढ़ो. रोको मत मुझे. लेटर अभी तो मुझे ही नहीं पता है. इतना मनवंतर हुआ, इतना कल्प हुआ, कहाँ किसका क्या हुआ, किसको पता है. और जान के क्या करेंगे. तो स्टोरी तो मिल गया ना, लड्डू मिल गया ना. ये लड्डू कहाँ से लाया, क्या जरूरत है. तो लड्डू तो मिल गए, खाओ. स्टोरी मिल गए तो सुन के आनंद ले लो. और स्टोरी कहाँ से आए, कहाँ रिसर्च करेंगे क्या. तो डाउट है क्या स्टोरी पे, और भी Okay, time, don't waste time. Okay. Sri Rajo Vacha Devasuranrunam Sargo Naga Nam Mruga Pakshinam Samasikastvaya Prokto Yastu Swayam Bhuventare Tasyaiva Vyasamichami Gnatum Te Bhagavan Yatha Anusargam Yaya Shaktya Sasarja Bhagavan Paraha. Translation: The blessed king to Sukadeva Goswami. The blessed king said to Sukadeva Goswami, my dear Lord, the demigods, demons, human beings, nagas, beasts, and birds were created during the reign of Swayambhu Manu. You have spoken about this creation briefly in the 3rd canto, okay, for your understanding. Now I wish to know about it elaborately. I also wish to know about the potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead by which he brought about the secondary creation. That's why now in the 3rd canto, in the which chapter? 12th chapter we started secondary creation. You remember? 3rd canto, 12th chapter. Time is over in the 11th chapter, and 12th chapter onwards we have seen the secondary creation, and also that is extended in between. And suddenly Varaha story came, and it is continued in the 3rd canto, 20th chapter. Okay, so creation, that means all the nagas, suras, asuras, devatas, all these different pisachas, bhutas, Vidyadharas, Kinnaras, all the creation you have seen there. And now our dear Parikshit is desiring to know more about secondary creation. Okay, so he wants to know more about, and he wants to know. So what happened? He elaborately explained this creation. So next, okay, let me give the introduction of this. Give me the introduction of this. Okay. Trutiya skandhe vyasam vistaram te tvattaha anusargam anuvrittam sargam yatha shaktya yatha sasajja tam shaktim tam prakarancha. Okay. Okay, next. Nothing is there. Okay. Sri Suta Uvacha iti samprashnamakarnya rajarshirbadarayinah pratinandya mahayogi jagada muni sattama. So Suta Goswami said, "O great sages, now you see camera went to even one layer up, even one layer up. So layer inside layer is there. Na? So it came to the, so Suta Goswami said, "Oh great sages," that means assembled at Naimisharanya. After long back, we have seen Suta Goswami's dialogue. After the great yogi Sukadeva Goswami heard King Parikshit's inquiry, he praised it and thus replied. So Sukadeva Goswami started giving the answer for Parikshit's question. So Sukavacha, Yada prachetasa putra dasha prachena barhishaha antasamudran magna dadrishurgam drumairvritam. Sukadeva Goswami said, when the 10 sons, you have seen this in the 4th canto, na? So 4th canto, in the ending, you have seen Prachena Barhi was having 10 sons. So these Prachetas, when these 10 sons of Prachena Barhi emerged, so from the water, so in which they were performing austerities, they saw that the entire surface of the world was covered by trees. There were many years they were doing the tapasya in the inside water. One time, so they came out and they saw. So then what happens when the king Prachena Barshi was performing Vedic rituals in which the killing of animals was recommended, Narada Muni, out of compassion, advised him to stop. Prachena Barshi understood Narada properly and then left the kingdom to perform austerities in the forest. His 10 sons, however, were performing austerities within the water, and therefore there was no king to see to the management of the world. When the 10 sons and Prachetas came out of the water, they saw that the earth was overrun with trees. Actually, you know, this Pracheta's son, who is the Pracheta's son? Daksha. And Daksha was also not so happy in procreation. The way he wanted to expand, he was not able to expand, and he also went to forest. Then, so the situation is very critical actually. There was no king. This Prachetas and this Daksha is coming in which dynasty? Coming on the, so whose dynasty? Swayambhus and Uttanapadas. Uttanapadas dynasty. So then, so Swayambhu Manu understood. That means almost all this Swayambhu Manvantara is more than half is over. So then there was no king because Daksha also went back to the forest and he was doing the austerities. So we need king now. So then he went to Privrat. And Privrat's son, so sons and their sons, so those people, Privrata is having how many? 4 sons. So out of that, so who is that? Privrata's sons who, no, not Privrata. Agnidra. So okay. So next Manvantara, who is ruling? Second Manvantara, third, fourth. I said na those list. Yeah. These are the sons of. Privrata is having the many sons. Main son is Agnidra, so that is story is gone. Privrata is how many sons Privrata is having? First wife 3 sons. Yeah. 7 sons, huh? 7 sons, I think. Second wife. No, 3 sons. So those people actually Privrata sons were ruling the second Manvantara, third Manvantara, fourth Manvantara, and fifth Manvantara. 4 sons and 4 Manvantaras. So then, so after that, Daksha did that much time meditation, and in the 6th Manvantara, he comes back in Chaksh Manvantara. So this Daksha is that Daksha only whom you studied in the 4th canto. 4th canto you studied Daksha or not? That Daksha is the son of Brahmaji. Yes or no? And he got the curse. He got the goat face, and that means after that Vaishnava Ninda, so he got committed suicide, and then he took birth in once again as a son of Prachetas. Okay, so that's the same story. Udhar hi story ghum rahe pura. उसी डायनेस्टी में पूरा उधर ही उधर गोल गोल घूम रहे. So when the 10 sons of the Prachetas came out of the water, they saw the earth was overrun with trees. So when they saw all the trees, fully trees, that means whole land is completely encroached by trees. Is opposite to present situation. Wow. Okay. Prabhupada is writing. So good purport. Read. Drumebhyaha krudyamanaste tapo deepa tamanvayah teepamanyavah mukhato vayumagnim cha sasruju tadhidakshaya. Because of having undergone long austerities in the water, the Prachetas were very angry at the trees, desiring to burn them to ashes. They generated wind and fire from their mouths because they saw that it's over. That means in the creation, some species are dominating others. It's not at all. So good actually thought that, and this started burning. Tabhyam nirdahyaman tanupalabhya kurudvaha rajo vacha mahan somo manyum prashamayanniva. So then what happened when they started burning all the trees? My dear King Parishit, when Soma, that means the king of the trees, that means all the trees and all the flower, in the trees also, in the trees, the juice, in the fruits there is the juice. That juice is coming from where? From the Soma. That means Chandra, that's because whenever your crop so should be flowering such a time when there will be full moon. So such a season you should match for bowing the seeds also you should match the timing. So that flowers should come such a time when there will be a moon, full moon, that means Sukla Paksha. If it is coming in the Krishna Paksha, then what? And flowers are coming and the Krishna Paksha, that means moon is reducing, then in the flowers, when they become the fruit, then there will be no juice. Then there will be no weight. Then there will be no taste. So that's why the juice in all these fruits are coming from the moon rays. From the moon rays. That's why moon is the cause for this nourishment of the trees. So, and he is the king. He is nourishing all the trees. And he became so unhappy actually. So because all these trees are being burned by these Prachetas. He felt greatly sympathy because he is the maintainer of all herbs and trees. To appease the anger of the Prachetas, Soma spoke as follows. Nadrumebhyo mahabhaga dinebhyo drogdamarhata vivarda isho vayuyam prajanam pataya smrita. O greatly fortunate ones, you should not kill these poor trees by burning them to ashes. Your duty is to wish the citizens all prosperity and to act as their protectors. Actually, these Prajas are the kings because they are the sons of the king and they are the king's sons. They want to see the people be happy, but now entire land is encroached, is completely encroached by these trees. So that's why they were not happy. But this Soma, the Chandra is saying, Soma is saying that, so my dear, so Prachetas, don't destroy these since they are all innocent. They are innocent trees. So, Aho Prajapati Patir Bhagavan Hariravyayah Vanaspati Naushadischa Sasarjorjamisham Vibhuhu. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Hari, is the master of all living entities, including all the Prajapatis, such as Lord Brahma, because he is the all-pervading and indestructible master. He has created all these trees and vegetables as eatables for other living entities. And he is explaining there is a lot of use of these trees. Please don't burn these trees. And there are so many species are dependent on these. So Annam charanamachara hyapada padacharinam ahasta hasta yuktanam depadam cha chatushpada By nature's arrangement, fruits and flowers are considered the food of insects and birds. Grass and other legless living entities are meant to be the food of four-legged animals like cows and buffaloes. Animals that cannot use their front legs as hands to and meant to be the food of animals like tigers, which have calves. And four-legged animals like deer and goats, as well as food grains, are meant to be the food for human beings. Jivasya Jivanam. So he's explaining. So these trees, these flowers, seeds, all are the food for the human beings. That's why don't destroy these. So next, Yuyam cha pitran vadishta deva devena chanagha praja sargaya hi katam rukshan nirdagdamarhata. O pure-hearted ones, your father, Prachina Barihi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, have ordered you to generate population. Therefore, how can you burn to ashes these trees and herbs, which are needed for the maintenance of your subjects and descendants? So he see this how he is convincing. So you are all Prajapatis. You have to increase the procreation, and for your children, these trees are needed. So keep those. And you do first of all procreation. Why you are burning? Start increasing your creation. You are unhappy about the people. So people, na? So you create that. Then automatically trees will be cut down. So that's why what to create the people what they need. So atishtata satam margam kopam yachata deepitam pitra pitamahenapi justam vaha prapitamahai. The path of goodness traversed by your father, grandfather, the great grandfather is that of maintaining the subjects, means prajas, including the men, animals, and trees. That is the path you should follow. Unnecessary anger is contrary to your duty. Therefore, I request you to control your anger. So write a question actually. I don't think actually question bank is there on the 6th canto. Okay. So write the question now. And how Soma convinced Prajapatis not to destroy the trees? Simple question this is. Okay. So so 5 marks. 5. Another 15 minutes will take extra to finish the 20th sloka till 20th sloka. Okay. So the path of good. So there he is asking. Soma is asking Prachetas to follow his father, grandfather, great grandfather. So because they are kings, they are Prajapatis, they should protect the inhabitants. Trees also comes under that. So they should not destroy anything. So please, that means he is requesting them to not to show anger on the trees. Next, Tokanam Pitaro Bandhu Drusha Pakshmastriya Patihi Pati Prajanam Bhikshunam Gruhyagnanam Buddha Suhrut. As the father and mother are the friends and maintainers of their children, as the eyelid is the protector of eye, as the husband is the maintainer and protector of a woman, as the householder is the maintainer and protector of a beggars, and as the learned is the friend of the ignorant, so the king is the protector and giver of a life to all his subjects. The trees are also subjects of the king. Therefore, they should be given protection. So see, Bhagavatam is discussing such a basic things. By the supreme will of the personality of Godhead, there are various protections and maintenance for helpless living entities. The trees are considered prajas. That's the duty of monarch is to protect even trees and not to speak of others. The king is duty bound to protect the living entities in his kingdom. The kings, once again we are seeing the duties of king. Okay. Antardeheshu bhutanam atmaste haririshwaraha sarvam tad dishnayamikshadvam evam vastoshito hyasau. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated as the Supreme Soul, Super Soul within the course of the hearts of all living entities, whether moving or non-moving, including men, birds, animals, trees, and indeed all living entities. Therefore, you should consider everybody a residence or a temple of the Lord. By such a vision, you will satisfy the Lord. You should not angrily kill the living entities in the forms of trees. So see, so how that means Kanishta Bhakta, if he wants to progress in his devotion, he has to serve all the living entities with the mood of what? So every living entity is the temple or is the adhisthana for the Lord. In that way, you should serve the living entities. So write the 2 marks question. So what is the mood behind the Bhutadaya? So they should see every living entity as the adhisthana for the Lord. So by this, what is going to happen? So what is the mood behind the Bhutadaya and its benefit? So by this, what will happen? Kanishta Adhikari, he was able to see the Lord only in the Archa Vigraha. Okay. And what is the problem now? He has to, so to become a Uttama, he has to see the Paramatma in every living entity. But at least conceptually, he should understand and practice that. How to practice that? So with the idea, he may not see the Supreme Lord in every living entity, but with the knowledge, so he is understanding that Paramatma is there everywhere in every living entity, and he should serve the living entities. So this is the, so that he will be raising his consciousness from Kanishta to higher. That is the benefit. Okay. Next, yah samutpatitam deha akashan manyamulbanam atma jignasaya yachet sa gunanati vartate. One who inquires into self-realization and thus subdues his powerful anger, which awakens suddenly in the body as if falling from the sky, transcends the influence of modes of material nature. So he's also telling about self-realization. Actually, 10 marks you should make. That's a question what I gave, how he convinced. Make it 10. When one comes angry, he forgets himself and his situation. But if one is able to consider his situation by knowledge, one transcends the influence of modes of material nature. Actually, there is no commentary in this, all these slokas till 22. Kramasandarbha also is not there, and this also. So that's why we are going with the speed. Alam dagdair drumair dinai kilanam shivamastu vaha Varkshi Heshavara Kanya Patnitve Pratigruhyatam. So this is a way to deal the things. So just he is not saying the stop, but he is giving engagement, the new engagement. Instead of destroying the trees, you show your power on producing the progeny. So there is no need to burn these poor trees any longer. Let whatever trees still remain be happy. Indeed, you should also be happy. Now, here is a beautiful, well-qualified girl named Marisha. It's a very nice name, Marisha, who was raised by the trees as their daughter. The trees raised Marisha. So you may accept this beautiful girl as your wife. Ityamantya vararoham kanyam apsarasim rupa somo raja yayau datva te dharmenopayemire. Sukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, after thus pacifying the Prachetas, Soma, the king of the moon, gave them the beautiful girl born of Pramlocha Apsara. The Prachetas all received Pramlocha's daughter, who had high, very beautiful hips, and married her according to their religious system. Tebhyas tasyam samabhava daksha prachetasah kila yasya praja visargena loka apuritastrayaha. In the of that, the all named who filled the three worlds with living entities. Secondary, that is the point. Why story came here? Because Parikshit was asking how secondary creation. Secondary creation means filling the all the planets with the praja. That means people. So this is the visarga actually. So Daksha is going to do that. And that's why we want Daksha's background. So for this purpose, story went here actually. So Daksha was born from Marisha. These 10 Prachetas all together got one son. This is the point. Daksha was first born during the region of Swayambhu Manu, but because of offending Lord Shiva, Prabhupada is writing, he was punished by having the head of a goat substituted for his own head. Thus insulted, he had to give up that body. And in the 6th Manvantara, called the Chaksha Manvantara, he was born of the womb of the Marisha as Daksha. Actually, he born in the Swayambhu Manvantara only he born, but he did the tapasya actually. For the many Manvantaras, he did tapasya and he came back. That story we studied in the Privrata story, okay? That from the Vishwanath. In this connection, Srila Vishwanath Thakura quotes this verse: Chakshushe tve manvantara prapte praksarge kala vidrute yasa sarja praja ishta sa daksho daiva choditaha. His previous body had been destroyed, but he, the same Daksha, inspired by the Supreme, will created all the desired living entities in the Chakshus Manvantara. Wait. Prabhupada, why he is writing like this? He took birth in Chakshus Manvantara, he wrote. Huh? Kaisa? Acha. Actually, Vishwanath is also writing in his commentary. Samabhavat iti dakshasya swayambhuva manvamshatvat swayambhuve manvantare janma. He took birth in Swayambhu Manvantara only. That means in the first Manvantara only took birth. Yasya praja visargena iti. Praja visarga. That means there are two dakshas. One daksha only. One is direct son of the one, not one. First he took directly from the birth from Brahmaji. Now another time he took in the dynasty of Swayambhu Manu. So since he is coming in the Swayambhu Manvantara, so he should be taking definitely birth in first Manvantara only, because he belongs to the Swayambhu Manu dynasty. Na? Definitely he should be taking birth in Swayambhu Manu. This is the proof Vishwanath is giving. So that's why Swayambhu Manu, that means Daksha from the Swayambhu Manu took birth in which Manvantara? 6th or first? First Manvantara. That only you should take. Maybe in the something actually in this. Daksha was first born during the region of Swayambhu Manu, but because of offending Lord Shiva, he was punished So Prabhupada is writing Daksha was first born during the region of Swayambhuman. But because of offending Lord Shiva, he was punished by having the head of goat substituted for his own head. Thus insulted, he had to give up that body, and in the sixth manvantara called Sakshmanvantara, he was born. Actually, first Daksha, first birth he is taking as Swayambhuman, from Swayambhuman. That's the problem actually coming. First he took from the Brahmaji actually, because that fourth canto we have seen, na? So we have clearly seen that from Brahmaji, so he is a father. That's why he that means Brahmaji didn't stood up in that assembly. Shiva also didn't stood up. So because he didn't have any anger, because anyway he's my father. So but he was having anger because Shiva is my son-in-law, but he is not standing up for me. What is this? So that's why he got angry, and that whole story started. So anyway, so okay, little difference is there here. Next, yata sasarja bhutani daksho duhitruvatsalah retasa manasa chaiva tanmama vahita shrunu. Sukadeva Goswami continued, please hear from me with great attention how Prajapati Daksha, who was very affectionate to his daughters, created the different types of living entities through his semen and through his mind. So now we are going to know about this secondary creation. This is our question from the Parikshit Maharaj. Manaseva srujat purvam prajapatirima praja devasura manushadin navastala jalaukasaha. With his mind, Prajapati Daksha first created all kinds of demigods, demons, human beings, birds, beasts, aquatics, and so on. Tamabrumhitamaalokya praja sargam prajapatihi vindyapadamanupavrajya yocharadushkaram tapaha. So, but when Prajapati Daksha saw that he was not properly generating all kinds of living entities, he approached a mountain near the Vindhya mountain range. Vindhya is in Madhya Pradesh. Yeah, mountain range, and there he executed very difficult austerities. Actually, there is one more Vindhya. If you come to the Bharatavarsha, if you learn, so Himalayas means not this Himalaya. Actually, so in the Bharatavarsha is the Bharatakanda. Actually, in the Bharatavarsha there is a big Himalayas are there, and Vindhya also there. So that not this is not Vindhya. Whatever in the Shastra we read actually, and also Himalayas means not this Himalayas. The Shiva say in the another Himalaya actually. No, this is only this is one more spot as extension spot, but original spot is like resort is there, so like that. Extension board like that. The main board and extension board like that. Like in the Vraja also you'll be having all these Kedarinath, Badrinath, there are not all extension boards. In Vraja also, same like that. Near that mountain was very holy place named, what is that? Agamarshana. There Prajapati Daksha executed ritualistic ceremonies and satisfied the Supreme Personality of God in Hari by engaging in great austerities to please him. Astaushi hamsa guhyena bhagavantamadokshajam tubhyam tadabhidhasyami kasya tushyat yatha harihi. My dear king, I shall fully explain to you the Hamsaguhya prayers which were offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead by Daksha. I shall explain how the Lord was pleased with him for those prayers. So after going there, Daksha did the Hamsaguhya prayers, and those prayers you will be hearing tomorrow. So from Sukadeva Goswami. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow. Today we'll end here. So Hamsaguhya prayers. It's a big chapter, Babu. We should complete. We should. There is no choice actually. 54 verses. Okay. Commentary is there. Okay, any questions? Sorry, I didn't give the time to questions because of constraint of time. So, okay. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.